Okay, I only have a little bit of time today, so I wanted to share a message that has been on my heart that I feel like is really important for us to understand when we're moving forward and wanting to succeed in the various goals and purpose driven mission that we have for our lives. And that real key consideration is to align yourself with the people who are going to be in your court. And I had to learn this the hard way numerous times as I started to move up in my career because there were people in my life who were happy with me being small. They were happy with me playing the safe route. They were not happy with me when I started to continue to rise up in my career. And some of these people were mentors of mine, some of them were colleagues of mine. And I have to admit that this is incredibly sad and incredibly true for me. Some of these are women in my life who I trusted and I valued and I deeply cared about. And so nothing feels more like betrayal than when there is someone that you trust immensely and that you're vulnerable with and that you open yourself up to, who then cannot celebrate and encourage your success. And they find little ways to maybe undermine you or tear you down. Now, this continues to happen sometimes as we continue to rise, either in our careers, in our entrepreneurial journeys, whatever that looks like for you. And I think it's so important. And that was why I wanted to share it, because a true coach, a true mentor is going to be someone who is going to help create the space for you to not only feel safe, but to allow for you to succeed. And it will not be about them. And I want to make that really clear. And that's a big distinction sometimes between what a true mentor is and a coach. A mentor usually is someone who has done the thing that they are training you on, teaching you on. They have accomplished it for themselves and they are teaching you the way that they went about it. Still, a good mentor understands and can discern what is best for you, your natural strengths, what will be in alignment for your passions, your interests, and your personal goals. And in that manner, a coach is very much the same way. A coach who has been trained, and I want to make that really clear, a coach who has been trained, certified, gone through actual training on what true coaching looks like, is not someone who is going to then provide their own opinions, their own advice, tell you exactly what to do, and feed back to you only the things that they see. The whole point in coaching is to ask you questions to help you think, to bring out, to draw out the answers that you have within so that it is in true alignment for you, what your calling is, your mission, your purpose, and how you want to show up in the world. Now, this happened to me again recently with a mentor who I brought in and then had become incredibly vulnerable with, and then took that opportunity to then share with me what they thought of me. Nothing is more hurtful and more breaking of trust than when someone that you feel like you have now opened yourself up to takes that and abuses it. Which is why I want to say there's going to be people in our lives who are not going to be the right mentor or the right coach. Not all coaches have gone through or have the right motivations. And I'll be honest about that. I've had coaches in my life also that I had to end that engagement. I had to sever that relationship because it wasn't the right fit. That wasn't the style of coaching that I was adopting for myself as a coach. And that certainly wasn't the style that I was going to participate in. And I just felt like this was really weighing on me because it's happened to me recently. And I think that it is always a lesson that we have to learn in that process is, number one, be very discerning with who we allow into our lives. When I'm working with a client, I want to make sure that trust it's of the utmost importance. If there's no trust, then there is no coaching, in my opinion. Because this is when clients come and they are the most vulnerable and they have the courage and they are opening up about things that are dang hard to share. And my job is not to judge, it's to provide a safe space for them to do so. And I don't judge because I've gone through enough things in my life. I've gone through hell and back in order to stand here today and to say this. But sometimes there are people in our lives that we don't imagine, we don't see it, we are blind to them. And then they can turn around and it takes us aback. It takes us by surprise because all of a sudden we are now in a situation where we have been incredibly vulnerable. We've opened ourselves up and it's not feeling right. Maybe the advice that we're being given, they don't truly see us. They don't truly hear us or understand us. And it becomes more about them and less about us or the relationship that we are engaged in. And I want to make that really clear. Now, when you have a coach, when you have a mentor who does provide those things for you, that is when you will boost yourself forward in ways that are unimaginable. And luckily, I have people like that in my life too, so that one person isn't going to be a deal breaker for me. However, if that's true for you, then I encourage you, go seek out people who are going to be in your court, who are going to celebrate your wins and your successes, even if you surpass them, even if it threatens potentially, and it shouldn't threaten them. That's the whole thing. It's not about them. It's about them serving you and being there for you. That is what a mentor and a coach is there to do. They're there to help you succeed to your greatest potential, not theirs. And so I felt like this message was incredibly important today because sometimes we are experiencing this more and more and more as people come out and they say that they have your best interest. And if you follow their pattern or their path or whatever it is that they subscribe, and quite honestly, we're missing the entire boat here. It's actually about what will work best for you and partnering with you so that you can be successful in the ways that you can approach it, leveraging your natural strengths, the way that your personality shows up, all of the things about you that make you unique and special. And there's nothing more damaging and hurtful when we have someone in our lives who we believed in and we trusted and we thought they believed in us, who turn around and tear us down. So be mindful of that as you continue to move forward in your career and rise up. And the more that you start to push yourself out and above, the more those types of people might show up. And so be discerning of that. And you can love them, but you don't have to let them in. Don't let them in. I hope this was helpful. If you have experienced that and you feel like that has been damaging for you, please reach out. I'd love to talk with you, share with you, provide any support that I can. I know exactly how that feels. In any case, enjoy the rest of your Thursday. I hope that you are thriving and use this time wisely. All right, we'll talk next week. Bye.